as the Dragon Boat Festival arrives, we remember the enduring cultural resonance of this ancient day, a time to honor tradition, the flow of nature, and the spirit of resilience. May the graceful tunes of the Qin, like the swift rhythm of the dragon boats, continue to bridge past and present, bringing clarity, harmony, and friendship across the distance. The New York Qin Society wishes all members and friends around the world a peaceful, that's key, right? Peaceful and healthy Dragon Boat Festival. I do see Yinglei as well. So, okay, all right, I think I will start the program off with Dongting Qiu Si, and then after I will play Chun Si. Dongting Qiu Si is from西麓堂琴统. Chun Si is from the same handbook as well. Here, I'll do a short sound check here. All right. So Chun Si. Thank you.
Very nice.
Thank you, Lawrence. All right, next we have Peyo. Welcome, Peyo.
Nobody has question for Alan?
We're
Comments,
blown away.
feedback?
We're blown away. It's not much to ask.
Well, I suppose on the topic of Duanwu, has anyone collected any water at noon?
We have rain here.
Because that's the best cleaning water of the entire year. The best purifying water. Collected during noontime in, on Duanwu Day.
And apparently today is, well, Duanwu is also the day of the year where apparently everybody, in the ancient times, if you were to collect Chinese herbs, right, or go herb collecting in the mountains, this is the day to do it because this is when the herbs are most potent. And if you miss today, you'll have to wait until next year.
I'll start harvest my yarrow today then.
Your yarrow. Oh, for the strings, huh? Or no, your yarrow first. Sorry, I was thinking about your strings.
Yeah, no, the yarrow is just perfect for harvesting right now.
I would be very much up to collecting herbs, but my hay fever is terrible, so I might sound quite congested.
In the very least, the purifying water should be a great nose cleaner, or, for me, talisman writing water.
Oh my. That sounds like some serious business. I'll just bring my neti pot up to the stream.
It's a good plan.
Okay, I think Peo will be,
but Alan,
playing.
your friend Yinglei, right?
Yes, Yinglei is here. Yinglei, I believe she is the fifth. She'll be presenting Yiguren, but yeah, welcome Yinglei. I'm glad you can make it. I've invited Yinglei a couple of times. Yeah, Yinglei is a student of Liu Peiyan, and she's a gifted, not only a gifted chin player and pipa player. She's a very excellent artist. Yeah. So I'm glad Yinglei can join us.
Thank you. Actually, I think I've been in the New York Qin Society Facebook group for a while, and I was just hiding it. So whoever approves me, thank you. And then I learned a lot from that group. And then just since I started playing Guqin, I'm pretty sure since I started playing Guqin, I was in that group. So yeah, thank you for having me.
What kind of art are you doing?
I do both Chinese and Western.
Painting?
Painting, yes. Yeah,
Oil?
I do oil and
Brush?
also Shen Shui
Oh, okay.
brush. Yeah.
Will you show us your art?
Maybe later. I will let the program run. And,
Okay.
if you guys are interested.
Yes. Oh,
Yes.
okay.
Thank you, Peo, for asking about her art.
Right. Yeah, I just knew her now, so I'm curious. Would like to see that. Okay, so it's my turn. Since more than 1 month ago, right? We were in Berkeley University, and I present preliminary research regarding Tang Gao's preface in the西土堂琴统. But I won't go into the detail today. If you are interested in my study, you can go to my YouTube channel. I can put a link later in the chat room. And at the end of that video, I performed Cai Zhenyou, a piece I recorded at home earlier this month, and I would like to share with you today. I reconstructed this piece from the西土堂琴统. And overall, its fingering is simpler compared to Qing Dynasty Qing pieces, and does not have an abundance of decorative techniques. The most frequently used right hand technique are Jun and the Quanfu, or Jun, Quanfu. And with only a single occurrence of Fu and one Cuo. So in contrast, Guqin pieces from the Qing Dynasty often employed repeated Cuo, right? A lot of Cuo in some phrases, or techniques like Guanfu, to create a richer and more varied sonic texture. And such effects are absent in Cai Zhenyou, giving the piece a more ancient character. So because of this, Cai Zhenyou allows for greater interpretive freedom in terms of rhythm. Every time I play it, the rhythm and dynamics are slightly different. And now I invite you to listen to my interpretation. So I will share my screen to play the video. So share screen. Yeah. Yeah. Right. Okay, so let's listen.
Which can be translated as.
Let me go back. Yeah. All right.
That is a really good recording. The sound was excellent.
I was about to say the same.
Also, the hand angles. You got 2 angles of your chin. Tell us about it has such an, I like the tempo, this beautiful piece. It sounds very close to Yolan in a way. Some techniques.
Right. Yeah. I recorded twice in two different angles, same camera. So I have to edit it. Cai Zhenyou, this piece is from西麓堂琴统. And yeah, like I say, I think it gave us a more freedom on the rhythm because the fingering is quite simple. Not too much fancy fingerings, only one lun. And most of the fancy finger for the right hand is just the juan and the quanfu. So the piece is called Exploring the True. For me, when I play this piece, I'm trying to, I couldn't image any scenery. It's just like how I feel about the sound and the rhythm to me. So that's how I play it. So I don't know what else I can talk about it.
How about your Guqin? It looks.
Oh, the
It has
qin
some
was yeah, it's silk string. That qin was made by my friend in Taiwan. It's quite thick. The wood is quite thick, and the sound quality is. I mean, the sound is coming out lately. I bought it like 10 years ago, more than 10 years ago. No. I think it's about, yeah, more than 10 years ago. So I think the sound is coming out more now than when I just bought it.
Where do you place your microphones?
Oh, just in front of the qin. Let me see. Maybe you can see from the video. If I show, right, okay. So let me share one more time.
I definitely need a better contact mic or something.
Can you see the microphone there?
Yes, I see what you're talking about. I didn't recognize
Closer
that.
to my hand in front. The little thing on the
It's a
table.
lapel microphone.
It's the
Looks like a stereo lav mic.
Yeah. It's like what somebody would use if they're going to do a lecture and they put it on.
Yeah, it's same mic as this one.
Oh, yeah. Amazing.
Right. So thank you, everyone. So we can move to the next performer. I think that's Mark.
Yeah, Mark.
Hello, everyone.
Hi, Mark.
So for mine, I'm going to post a couple things in the chat. So I'm going to play a recording that I made of Guichu Laisa, and it's coming through YouTube. So the link is there. And this is a transmission from my teacher, Lu Peibian. And this is actually a hand-transcribed version of the piece. So the link to the tablature is here as well. If you want to follow along, it's in a PDF scan of the bad photocopy that I learned from and kind of work from. In this particular piece, I talked about this at the event in Berkeley. I played it there, not very well, unfortunately, but and there was some email discussion about it on the list among the group afterwards. But for those who didn't see that, basically this piece, the story behind it, of course, goes back 1600 years. This was when Tao Qian or Tao Yongming, style name, had been in government service for 40 years and finally reached a point where he just become so disillusioned with the difference between the rich and powerful and the poor that as magistrate he was having to represent, and finally came to the hard decision of resigning his position and returning to his home. Sometimes this piece is known as Come Away Home, or Returning After Resigning in the English translation. But basically, it speaks a lot to me in the sense that in the piece, you can really hear this kind of transformation that he's going through in the early stages. He's sort of giving his reasons for returning home, for resigning his position, and just, he's needed at home and so forth. But I try as I imagine it, as I'm playing it, I feel like he's more convincing himself than anybody else. And there's a questioning in that stage. But then as he does kind of find himself in this rural environment and a much simpler life, the actual joy of being there starts to come out. Even to the point where you can kind of hear the children off in the fields playing and so forth. And at the end of the piece, he kind of comes back to those reasons again. But this time, when he's stating them, they come with a lot more confidence, that he really believes these answers now, and no longer questions the decision. But this piece means a lot to me, and ties into a lot of the events that have transpired in my life recently. I've kind of left my employment in the tech industry, having become quite disillusioned with that corporate environment that I was in. But we've also, suffered the fires of LA and lost our home and so forth. And in the video, you'll actually see a piece of stonework that we salvaged from our house that was affected by the fires, and it kind of plays a prominent role, but I think ties in really well with this piece. So let me go ahead and I'm going to share that. And do let me know if the audio doesn't come through. So I'll do share sound, and then I'll mute my own. Let me see.
Quite beautiful.
Very nice.
Really
Very
delivers the
calm.
theme, grounding it back home.
So, tell us about your chin.
So this is it's not the one in front of me at the moment, but its name is Ling Bing. It's one that I purchased from Yuan Zhangping. So it's his style. And when I was in Taiwan last summer, um, it was kind of a reawakening for Guqin for me. And I had a chance to meet him at the Taipei Qin Hall. And I was committed to acquiring a qin while I was there in Taiwan, and starting to kind of relearn all of the things that I had previously learned and forgotten. And so it's a silk string, so he's using his Qingming silk strings. And the microphone I was using was a little Tula mic that you could see kind of tucked under it while I was recording. But that's actually been it's the same one that I have in front of me here, which is a wonderful little mic that can be used directly with a computer or as a mobile recording microphone as well. But yeah.
Can you say it again, the name of the qin?
It's, see if I pronounce it correctly, Ling Bing. So it's
Which
Bing,
Bing?
So it's like spiritual handle.
Ling Bing. Oh, right. You mentioned that before. Right.
Yeah.
Ling Bing. Yes. Thank you.
It's the same one that I used before.
And that was the chin that you had brought to the Berkeley event, right?
Yes.
Yeah, it looks and sounds familiar.
The recording can hear very well the qin sound.
Yeah, in person it's quite quiet.
Quiet, right?
So
yes.
it's important to be able to do the recordings. But here I can copy and paste
the qin. The name of the qin was that given by some purpose, or you just happen to pick that qin, that name Ling Bing?
It already had its name when I acquired it.
Right.
But
I see.
Yeah, it definitely fit in terms of where I was personally at the time.
Did you know who named the chin, and who did the carving on it?
So I believe Zhengping came up with the name, and then his student Andre actually carved it in the chin. Yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah, very nice.
Mark, can you copy the Chinese name on the chat?
So yeah, it's there.
It's already there.
I just posted it.
But maybe you want to post the pinyin.
Oh yeah, I see. Thank you.
Yeah, here's the pinyin.
Bing. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Mark. I think so. Next we have Alexander with White Snow.
Yep, thanks. Let me see if I can share. Are you able to see this?
Oh yes, please make sure that you turn on audio sharing as well.
Yes. Hang on one second.
tried to make it full screen here. Are you still able to see it now that it's full screen? Okay, perfect.
I'm impressed you memorized all that.
It definitely took quite a bit of time to fully memorize the entire
I mean, the
piece.
thing doesn't even repeat itself.
I feel like it's one of these pieces where I've always liked, and I've played maybe a handful of times, but never went back to it, even though it's such a, there is a following definitely of that melody. But it's like, oh well, I'll play this area of the chin for a while, and then I'll play this. It's very difficult to memorize.
Yeah, it's definitely one that when I started working on it, it felt very daunting, especially memorizing it. But now that I've, kind of been working on it for the past few months, it's become one that I find even when I'm not intentionally planning to work on it, I just naturally find myself playing it. I don't know, I've connected with it in a way that, I haven't maybe with some of the other pieces I've played. And I don't know, I've really enjoyed my time working on the piece, and Peyo's been a great mentor on getting it to the point that it's at. So
Yeah, very nice. How long have you been playing the qin? I think it's only 2 years, right?
I think a year and a half. I started in January of 2024, I believe. So yeah.
But you played other instruments before that.
Correct. I've played piano, guitar. I study shakuhachi currently as well. So
That makes a big difference in learning a new instrument. If piano is still a really good source for a lot of things, but some of those other instruments have got you prepared very well.
Has learning Japanese scales helped in any way?
Personally, I find it very different from the qin. I think some of the musical aspects of shakuhachi and guqin definitely share some similarities, but tonally, I don't know. I find it to be a bit differently, or a bit.
Technically they're the same musical system.
Right.
It's just that they use a different default scale. We think in gong scale and sometimes zhi scale, but on the other hand, the Japanese use mostly yu scale, and oddly their minor scale is our proper major scale, our gong scale.
All right, I think, thank you, Alex, that was lovely. Next up we have Yinglei. Yinglei, you can go ahead and share your screen to be featured.
I think Yinglei is frozen. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe, perhaps.
I don't see her moving.
Yeah, her video's on, but there's no picture.
Yeah. Or we can let you need to come up first too. Or let's see, maybe she stepped away for a little bit. No, that's okay. Oh, I see her reappear. Okay, there she is.
Can you guys hear me?
Yep.
Oh, sorry. My internet is not really stable, so it just went out when so I'm gonna play, you know what? I'm gonna play Yi Gu Ren. I have a recording. Alan, do you think it's safer I'll give you the link that I upload from YouTube, and then I have you play it from your end. Is that okay?
Yeah, I think that's better. Your
go
quality
ahead,
is low. Yeah.
That sounds
Yeah,
wise.
In the group.
It's not really safe. 1 second. Let me post the link.
Okay, yeah, pull the link and send it to us.
Sorry. Alan, I just post the link in the chat if you can. Thank you. Sorry about that.
This is one of your art pieces too, isn't it, Yingli?
Nope, I stole it from somewhere else. It's ancient, please. That's it. Thank you.
That was wonderful.
Thank you, Yinglei.
Especially having
Beautiful.
your Xinjing and the text alongside your playing. That's really marvelous.
Thanks. Yeah, I'm not quite used to record my writing because it's a really awkward place. I have my camera like somewhere here, but yeah, but it was fun.
I also noticed 你没有蘸笔, 蘸墨. You
我
didn't.
蘸了. I edited.
The magic
cut
of video editing.
Yes.
Your magical ever flowing pen.
Because I have to actually like the entire process was pretty awkward because the camera, because I have to film an extreme close up, so I can write only in like this size in a really small area, so I have to like constantly moving the paper, and I knock my phone onto the paper in the end, so you can see the paper is not flat in the end. But yeah, oh, also the video that you guys are seeing, I sped it up. It's close to what I normally write, but when I record it, it's just because the area is just too awkward, so I have to speed it up. So, but it looks smooth, so thank you.
Wasn't noticeable in that respect.
Thank you.
You did a lot of major editing, which is seamless, makes it seamless. Thanks a lot.
Do you use any 铁 to look?
That one has no 字帖. That one is 集字, which is gathering all the characters from different pieces, and I just put it together. But I wrote 草书心经 before, so it wasn't new to me. So I'm quite familiar with the text already before I record.
And may I ask how many times practicing Xinjing until you come up to this one?
This one?
I mean, how many times of your practicing of writing the Xinjing in 草书?
Yeah.
Oh, it's like over 100 times.
1,000 times, right?
Because I wrote 心经, but mostly in 楷体, 写经体 before, and then but I did study 小草 for a while now, so I'm pretty comfortable with that 书体 right now.
Yes, because it looks very fluent and flow. 就是很顺畅.
Thank you. Yeah, that's also how I enjoy 草书, because it's fun.
Did you use the 集句笔?
集句笔 I use it mainly for 楷书. That one is not 集句笔. That one is 散桌. Just a normal brush.
小楷的
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
See, everyone is interested in the technical aspect. Well, two other members also write 写 Xinjing, Ye Mingmei and Stephen Dido, I think.
Actually, I do have a question for Yinglei, right?
Yes.
That's Mingmei.
You're matching the Hasutra with the Yi Guren. Why don't you match it with Pu Anzhou? Because they're Buddhist.
I recently haven't practiced 普安咒 for a while, so I will do that next time.
Yeah, Pu Anzhou also long enough to match your calligraphy. And
it's not gonna be enough because the entire piece takes like an hour.
Oh, you speed it up, you said, right?
I sped it up, and then
okay,
also
okay.
you what you are watching is only like part of it, me writing. It's not like the entire script.
My second question is, are you a Buddhist?
Not really, but I'm a friend of Buddhists.
Okay, that's it. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, thank you, Yinglei.
Yes, we're happy to
thank you.
welcome
Yeah,
you.
that was lovely. So next we have Uni.
Okay, great. So first of all, thank you for the opportunity. I have 2 recordings of the same piece here. Originally, I thought about presenting 古风操, but I play that almost every time. So that was the piece that I started my entire Guqin career with, as well as a couple of other things, and it started my book project as well. But then today, what I've got for you is actually 大明一统. I have 2 recordings over here. I'll show the first one first. Let's see. Share screen. This is the original. I didn't flip the screen yet. Now, I've never been proud of my own singing voice. It gets worse every year. But the second version I have is actually my poor imitation or my poor representation of Ming Dynasty Mandarin, and sang it that way. So this piece is known as 大明一统, and the lyrics are purportedly written by Liu Ji or Liu Bowen, the founding prime minister of the Ming Dynasty. So given the period, I thought that it would make sense to sing this thing in Ming Dynasty standard Guanhua language. Although I haven't really done all of my homework in looking up all the pronunciations through a Hongwu dictionary or something. So I am pretty sure that there are times when I mispronounce a few words, especially confusing them with like Minnan dialect or something, which is not even my native dialect by far. But here it is. And if you go on YouTube, you'll find that I have another recording of this piece, which someone did for me in Malaysia when I was doing a field work there. However, I only sang the last line of the piece. So this is the first recording where I've done the entire performance plus singing the full lyrics.
Uni, that was really terrific.
And that's my bit.
vocalization. Yes.
You'll notice that I included a lot of glottal stops. That's the major distinguishment between like a Ming Dynasty Guanhua versus the modern Mandarin that we have.
It had Minanhua has Ru Sheng, is that correct?
All Southern dialects do, or all Southern Chinese languages do.
Yes, well, we seldom hear it sung, so that was really nice. Thank you. And I think
Your
you
upper
have-
register
I
is
think you have a
good.
lovely voice.
A few colds and an election sort of limited me to a very narrow octave, so I have to switch up and down a lot. And on the subject of voice, apparently Yamagata Daini, the Japanese author I'm researching on, suggests that the voice and the performance should always be a fifth or fourth off. They should never be actually singing on the same key. Maybe that's a Japanese thing.
I'm glad you said that. It has always been slightly disturbing to me that the voice and the chin sing in unison.
The question is, how do you train a mind to work in two keys at the same time, especially when you're talking about singing the difference between do, fa, and do, so?
Well, maybe have someone else sing and you accompany and vice versa.
That's my initial thought as well.
Yeah.
But editing seems like a pain.
Junie, thank you very much. Why did this Japanese scholar suggest that it should be a fourth apart, the singing and the playing?
Thank you.
Behind that? Yeah.
Yes, it has to do with the fact that they have two major types of scales that they're working with, the Lü and the Lü, the Ritz and the Ryo scale. The Ritz scale is the same as our Yu Diao, and it's the most common or the default scale that they use. They use it in replacement of our Gong Diao. But in replacement, the Fan version of that is the Lü or the Lou Diao, and that is actually our Gong scale. So their minor scale is actually our major scale. And in these situations, their Ritz scale is usually sung a fifth apart, but then their Ryo scale is actually spaced a third apart.
You mean apart from the chin playing?
Yes, the vocal is sung spaced differently depending on what scale it is.
Yeah, but why they do that? I'm just curious.
It's just part of the theory. It might have to do something about staying in constant, because the differences between the Ritz and Ryo scale is actually a third. But I'm getting a little off here. I am currently reading Dr. Cai's new book, the Guqin 72问, and he's getting close to it, but I think that he needs to actually read the book I'm researching right now to really deliver it home. He still talks about when Guqin people learn about the Ming Dynasty scores, how the pieces are organized and what diao, this diao, and so forth. They're all over the place. He describes in this book around 3 or 4 different ways how they're organized, because they come from different periods and they have different understandings of what gong diao, zhi diao, and so forth mean. And he's listed up them pretty well. However, he's still missing in his explanations the greater differentiation between zhi diao and wei diao system, and like how over the course of history our scales itself have been organized in different ways. And the Japanese are adamantly tied to the Sui dynasty and before system, whereas the Chinese have moved on. And in the Ming Dynasty and the Qing Dynasty, when the Japanese learn of it, they go like, yeah, we understand where you're coming from, but we're not using it.
I was going to say tradition. That's the reason. It's tradition.
Yeah. So actually the Japanese know this pretty well and has accounted for it pretty well in my book. I'm hopefully getting this book published soon enough, And if possible, I'd love to have more people in the New York Qin Society read through the manuscript. And if you can, write something for me. A preface, a review, something that I can attach to the book.
One thing, I don't want to take up too much time, but you said the Japanese 语调,
Yes.
right? Oh, no. Is it 语?
It's 律律, 律律.
Is it the la, the universal la? Is it?
It's not quite that way. 律律 in traditional Chinese terms just means the 12 tones, but the 律, the first one, as in 金科玉律, that one is the yang tones, whereas the 律, the lui, are the yin tones.
No. You mentioned the Japanese scale or key that is they are minor, but equivalent to the Chinese major. Which one is
Yes, the lui scale. Because they use Dorian and then followed by Lydian mode. So their major is our Yu scale. Their minor is our Gong scale.
But how can their minor be our Gong scale? How does it work?
Because their major is a Yu scale. So if you standard tuning, if you start playing from the second string,
Okay.
and work 5 strings down, it works out to be basically do, flat mi, fa, sol, and flat what is it? Flat la?
You mean the 语调, the 语调?
Yeah. No, that's the 律调. The 律调is 1, 2, sharp 4, 5, 6.
Okay. I don't want to take up too much time. Thank you, though.
No, it's important to ask these questions. Have you actually heard performance with, according to the Japanese that you're studying? I mean,
Since we have time, I'm going to play another 2-minute piece in a lü, so a yin lü scale, and see what you think about it.
with you singing at the same time? No.
So this would be a typical example of a lü mode or lü scale.
It has semitones.
It's not semitones. It's just that that scale uses what we call half steps.
It's not a tempered scale, though, so our modern ear is not accustomed to having the in-betweens. Am I asking?
There's added layers of that too as well, yes.
I think in the performance that it's important that there's modulation from a voice or an instrument that kind of goes beyond the note. You follow me? That the way it's performed goes beyond what the note is on the page.
This is especially true if there's vocals, but Japanese gagaku actually has no vocals, not anymore. And yeah, in fact, Dr. Tse is a huge proponent of Minnan and Guangdong vocal music and how it inherited a lot of the just intoned pitches, especially on like 4 and 7, like raised 4, lowered 7 kind of thing. So it is microtonal in modern terms. But we never used equal temperament in the first place, so I try not to use equal temperament as the norm when I speak.
Yes.
So, Yumi, how did you get to the tuning mode for on the chin part?
Oh boy, long story.
Long story. Okay.
Yeah, but yeah, that's actually the reason why I got hooked to translate this book in the first place. Because it tries to convert the absolute pitch 8 tuning system from the Japanese zheng to the chin. So Yamagata system is an absolute pitch system. The tuning system is not relative. So that's what got me hooked. So basically he has 4 different tunings, but based on a higher pitched chin and a lower pitched chin. So the first chin is, the first string is C, the second string, the first string is F. And then you have 4 different tunings on there. Others are external pitch. But turns out, if you have a 9-string chin, you can combine the 2 chins and put them back into 1. And they make a lot more sense teaching it that way.
Then why didn't you play it on the 9-string chin?
He didn't tell us to, but I'm saying that theoretically it works, and I'm going to work on that one after I'm done the translation because it's working from what Yamagata wrote in the book, and then I have to extrapolate from it. That's beyond his work.
My question is, why didn't you play on the 9-string chin? You just bought one. You just made one.
I did, but then I'm using it for other purposes. I'm using it for heptatonic purposes. If I tune it back to pentatonic, it means that I have to stretch the strings to a further range, and right now they're not really in a condition to. And right now, also there's the fact that I'm having too much of a headache right now trying to understand him on a 7-string basis. So working out 2 modes at the same time from a 9-string perspective is way over my head.
You mean 2 modes in one piece, right?
Yeah, so you can look at the relationships using a 9-string model, but then when you understand what he's saying first, if he's working on a 7-string instrument, I'll start with that first.
Can I ask a general question about chin tuning?
Go ahead.
So the chin is tuned relatively, right, from each string to each other with harmonics.
When we teach beginners nowadays, that's what we say.
And when we say use silk strings and we say tune to an F or a C, the normal conventional way, and then progressively the string stretches and gets looser and looser, and then it becomes more and more flat. How do you deal with that, or do you just live with it being relative to each other and not?
In a solo tradition, who cares what your absolute standard is? However, if you are working from, say, a chord perspective and, everything has to be metric because you are the meter stick, then you have to work with an absolute pitch. That's when you have to, get your chin in perfect tip-top shape.
So you would unwind everything.
And make sure that it's the pitch that matches to whatever standard you're expecting of, whether that's a tuner or a bell or whatever.
Okay.
Another instrument, in other
Yeah,
words.
it's the
Yeah.
other instrument. Yeah.
Like the calibrated bells would be the most standard to tune to back in the day.
It would be the pipe, but
The
then
pipe.
yeah. So this is my current work right now. There's a whole bunch of different tunings in there, with tuning methods that will boggle the modern mind. So for example, this one, start with an F on the first string, slacken first, third, fourth, and sixth, and then tighten 2, 5, and 7 by 1 lu. Or you can tighten 2, 5, 7 by 2 lu, so a whole tone. So things like that.
Oh, golly.
So it's stuff never heard from before, but it makes perfect sense if you work it from a 9-string model. So it's a lot of complex stuff that this deserves its own session.
It deserves a few years study.
We need
Well, I'm
catch-
trying to cram it within one.
We're catching up to you. Ming Mei said you have a 9-string chin.
I do.
At some point, can you strum it for us, the open intervals, or how do you tune it, basically?
Okay, so far I've worked 2 different major systems of how to tune a thing. One is heptatonically, so do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, si, do, or whatever kind of, heptatonic system that you may have. The second thing is to tune it pentatonically, which is basically put your standard tuning on the bottom 7 strings, and then extend it further downwards 2 more notes, pentatonically. And you can use that for 2 different tunings, the top 7 and the bottom 7. And they would work different modes.
But do you have any pieces you can play with these tunings? Is it a lot of pieces?
Well, in the, what's it
put
called? The Li Xing Yuan Ya, which is a 1590-something textbook, there are some Guqin pieces for the 9-string chin. John Thompson says that it's a modern fabrication at the time. But it does use the Song Dynasty 9-string tuning system, which is the pentatonic system I just described to you, and there are around 7 or 8 pieces in there. I haven't spent too much time learning them yet.
Short pieces or medium size? Are they very short pieces?
No, some of them are pretty long, like 7 or 8 sections long. And they all have lyrics.
But
Yeah,
if
the
it's
Chu Shi Ba
9-string,
Biao one, I'm not gonna sing too long.
but if 9-string chin, you tune it to pentatonic. So what happened to the last four strings?
Well, you have all the 7 strings of your 7-string chin on the bottom 7, so you just add 2 more. The problem is that you don't have a full pentatonic cycle on the top half, so it does break off, and it sort of does screw off your balance when you tune things. So that is true. That's why the in the Song Dynasty, Zhu Wenji laughed it off and said that was a stupid system to begin with.
So Li Xing
It's a
Yun
real
Ya
easy
has,
way to just.
Li Xing Yun Ya has this kind of how to put it, 9-string chin pieces for 9-string chin, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And I'm not sure if they have a 10 one as well, but I think it's mostly 9.
Yun Ya, do we have other tablet, other chin menu which only Li
That's
Xing-
it.
Okay.
That's the only one.
Okay, thank you.
Another question is, did you have to commission the chin to be made wider so that you can accommodate the extra chin, extra
That's what the
strings?
chin maker told me, and quite frankly, I think that they made it too wide. It's fat, just like me. But again, I would really like to thank Alan for organizing this custom build for me, since he has the connections with the Yangzhou makers.
You're welcome, Ying. Yeah, I think initially there was talk about, since it was sort of done in a hurry, to make our deadline, right? That we would try our best to use an existing, already carved out instrument, right? But I don't think the strings would fit in that, with that.
They had to widen the nut, and they had to squeeze in a few more holes on the bridge, but I think they did a very good job. The additional piece of wood that's, glued on top for the nut at the back of the instrument is slipping, though. So it's sort of warping the shape of the lacquer work, but I understand. It's meant to be like a cheap, quick, put together kind of thing, just to prove out my music theory model thing. So.
Well, thank you, Uni. All right, here, let's...
Next time you have to show it to us. And
yes.
More detailed later, once I've got more research done.
All right, so next we have Andre, and Andre will play Da Hu Jiao from Shen Qi Mi Pu.
Yeah. Yes, I make a video too, and I think we can go to the plane and I talk later or something if you have questions or something like that. And Rolf, can you play the link? Thank you. Thank you, Rolf. Actually, we could stop, at the 12 to 12 minutes because it's too long. The piece is too long, and I don't know. But anyway, we have now 2 hours and 10 minutes of Yaji. I think that's okay.
It's not too long. I very enjoy.
Me too.
Listen,
That was
Thank you.
beautiful.
It's very beautiful. Yes.
It's all very good. I can't
think
imagine
you-
how you can remember all that.
I
Oh,
think
this is
your playing is you add a lot of nuances.
Yes, I think too much when I listen to my recordings. It's a weird impression I have because when I'm studying, I feel in a certain way, and when I play the video, I say, "Wow, it's too fast." Oh, I don't know, but
It's nothing wrong. It's very nice. I hear the detail. It's very different from your earlier playing.
oh yeah, I
I
think so.
think you have your own. You put more your own thoughts into the music, which
Yes, for
I
sure.
think it's very very good.
Yes, I made a lot of research and listened to different versions for different masters and ask about DeepSeek, which is wonderful because the DeepSeek AI has a lot of information on Qin music. Very interesting about technique and something. And sometimes maybe it's not so precise or correct, but it gives a clue for what to
Yeah,
do.
it's interesting, but I have to say, once recently I asked for it to do research, and I realized it was picking up AI produced errors. There were
Yes, for sure.
Yeah, I'm saying it wasn't just that it got confused, it was looking at websites that were created by AI which contained errors. So we're starting.
Yes, that's for sure. But anyway, we can ask things like, for example, what's the difference between Tiaqi and Tuiqi? And it delivers something. Was a bit different, not exactly the same, but anyway, probably is not accurate as we want to. But it gives something to think about.
Andre, you said you're using Deep Chat for this to answer some of your questions. Are these sources now
questions?
not,
Yeah.
are they not footnoted? I mean, isn't that the problem? The source is not given. It's just a compilation of all these
Yes.
observations.
So
Right.
Some Gem. I don't want to talk forever about this, but Gemini will now sometimes can produce something that does have citations. But that
You
doesn't mean it
have to
doesn't
be
have errors.
careful.
It can still
Yeah,
have
you have to
errors.
be careful though, because from my experience, sometimes the citations are non-existent. You actually go
You
look
know.
for the papers and there's nothing out there
Yeah,
about
no,
it.
it's not a good practice at all. But another defensor of AI, but sorry, but I believe that something it has something very unique in AI that you can training your AI maybe, and you can input information. So I don't know, if you have an account, a pay account, the result is quite different from a free one, quite different. But I'm not saying that I prepare this music using DeepSeek, not like this, but some points that are very hard to grasp the meaning, specific techniques that I listen master playing, and I understand what he does playing such a kind of specific technique. But if you have I don't know, more clarity, an explanation, more clarity, it kind of stimulates you or think by yourself and try to join the dots, and that's it. Sorry.
So yes, I've always find that the best part of these meetings is to get into a specific technical aspect. And really, this deserves an email chain to talk about all these together, which we have been to some extent using Facebook on our personal walls, as well as the Facebook Guqin International and New York Qin Society group. And on this matter, the mandates that both Alan and I have been working on is better transparency and better communications. To this end, I would like to point to Mark Johnson, who will give us a 2-minute explanation on the latest feature regarding our latest method of keeping tabs on each other.
That's great.
Thank you. Yeah, so very briefly, we've set up a mailing list. I put together a little presentation, a very brief presentation that I've linked in the chat. And in that presentation, you can basically, you'll see some information about this, but it's a free mailing list that we can use. And it's intended to resolve some of the issues around emails not making it across, either mistyped address or people accidentally being left off the list, or various other issues that have come up recently. We've been seeing a lot of that actually just in the past few months. So this mailing list will provide a way for us to be able to just remember one address that goes out automatically to all the members that are part of the mailing list. In order for it to work, though, it is incredibly important that you accept the invitation that will be sent out shortly after this meeting, so that you can join the list. All the members of the group will be able to participate in this. You'll get an invitation in your email box at the email address that you have associated with New York Qin Society. And there'll be a link right in the middle of the email saying to join the list, join mailing list. And once you've done that, you will now get the emails that are going out to that list. You have everything that you need to be able to manage your preferences. You can get these messages one by one as they're sent, or you can get them in digest form. All of those things can be managed through your own dashboard through the service, which is called Gaggle Email. So I will go ahead and send out that invitation right after we wrap up here. In the chat, you've got a link to the presentation that I provided, so you can see that, as well as if you have any questions, feel free to just contact me. I've got my email address there in the chat as well. I'm using the changshuyeguqin.com address because that seems to be working better, talking about email problems in the past. So that's all for me. Thank you.
Is changshuyeguqin.com your personal email?
It is. It is mine.
Ah.
So changshuyeguqin.com is
Well,
it's a website that I originally set up, and I have an email associated with it that I just recently started.
So we haven't started any email yet from this gaggle, right?
yes,
Gaggle.
yeah.
Correct.
I'm
So,
still wondering why we need an additional one if people are not already in the one that we used with Peyo. I'm sorry, this is a late question, but there are people who will not reply to yours because they haven't attended today's meeting, for example. There are 19 attendees. And actually, I'd like to introduce two from my Chinese poetry class, Laura Zerlnik and Leon Dalva, who are Chinese poetry specialists. And I sent around the link. And I'm sure they were happy to hear Mark's commentary on 维持来自, which was very nice. Anyway, Laura has has opened her video. Laura, besides knowing Chinese, is Italian. So those of us who have questions about Italian poetry, music, or whatever, I'm so glad that she's joined.
Thank you, Marilyn. Thank you, everyone, to let me listen to this. It's beautiful.
Welcome.
Thank you for coming.
And we'll be sure to get your email, and we can include you on the list in the new gaggle mail. So
okay,
please come when we have another Yaji the next time over. Okay, I think yeah, we are at past the 2-hour mark, so why don't we end here? And thank you everybody for coming.
Yeah.
Please do look out for that email.
Yeah, just in addition, we did have some technical problems. Some people got the wrong link, blah, blah, blah. But the whole video will be up sometime today. I'll send out mail about it.
Thank you, Ralph.
Thank you, Ralph, for your
Thank you, Ralph.
efforts.
Thank you, Ralph. Thank you.
Thank you as always. And have a nice day, everybody.
Take care. Bye.
bye-bye.
care.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. See you soon. Bye-bye.
Enjoy your zongzi if anyone is having some today.